it this year, so 2011, for a project entitled Habenular Modulation of Dopamine Neurons and its Relevance to Drug Addiction. Studies will sort of help us understand the circuits that are important in modulating the activity of dopamine neurons and how they become impaired in an animal model of addiction. They focus on dopamine neurons that are spontaneously active neurons and are very important for reward and aversion and addiction. And it has been shown that their inputs, the inhibitory inputs to these neurons, make these neurons stop or pause in their activity in response to adverse events. And this pause in activity is what helps the individual learn the negative association with the adverse event. And so I'm going to look at what are these inputs that inhibit the dopamine cells, and my hypothesis is that they become impaired after addiction, so they're no longer to make associations with adverse events, which is one of the hallmarks of addiction. I think first of all they foster innovation, which other agencies tend not to do it. They tend to foster a bit more of the same, so little incremental steps in research, whereas the Brain Research Foundation, I've seen grants in the past, and in mine in particular, I think they can really make things go a step further. But they're enough to give you enough to get started on something, to get enough to then maybe write a bigger project on something. I'm very thankful that this organization exists. I had thought of applying in the past, but I didn't have the right project for it, and so now it really came to me and said this is the perfect organization, and so I wrote it and it worked out for me, so I feel very